Evening, the One Worship Movement is bringing us yet another exciting edition, the third edition of a Namibian Gospel Music Festival, which is set to take place on Saturday, the 12th of November at the Zoo Park Amphitheatre. Now, to give us more details is Alphonse November, who is the founder of One Worship Movement. Good evening, Alphonse, and welcome to the show.
Yeah, it's lovely being here.
All right. Now let's talk about the third edition of the Namibian Gospel Music Festival.
Right.
Before we get to that one, I want you to talk to us about the last two editions you had. How would you rate them?
Out of, say, 5 out of 10 for the first one. The second one, 8 out of 10. The third one,
Let's say 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
You know, it's called a learning curve. You know, from
That's
the
right.
first one, you learn from the mistakes or from the things that you left out. And the second one, you know, you work as you grow, you improve as you grow. All right. Are you looking forward to the third one?
We're excited. Sure. It's been a lot of hard work, 7 months of preparation. And we finally,
Did you say 7 months of preparation?
Yes.
So you guys are well prepared.
We are well prepared.
All right.
Yeah, we're setting up the stage and all the lights and everything tomorrow already, and then Saturday is the main day.
All right.
Yeah.
So let's talk about this edition. What is going to be different about it compared to the other two?
Yeah, compared to the other two, I think this year, nothing but this year we're really focusing on family units. We want to restore family units. You know, COVID has really taught us a very, very tough lesson and has caused a lot of separations in family, but we trust in God for healing and restoration to take place in family units again. And that's why you'll see we decided that this year all children under the age of 12 comes to the event for free. There is jumping castle, candies, everything will be there for free for the kids. And then mommy and daddy can also come through at a small fee. And yeah, but our aim is really just to look at restoring the families.
All right. Now, we did mention that it's a gospel musical festival, Namibian Gospel Musical Festival. Who are some of the artists on the lineup? Let's start with the Namibian artists first.
Namibians, we have got Pride, we've got Ndenda, Zasha is coming through, we've got Effie, we've got guys that will be doing poetry like Jacob, and then a comedian, Elvin and the Church Side. So yeah, and then we've got Eric. They're just a lot. Okay,
so you're basically not just focusing on music, but you spoke about, you know, poetry and comedy. Why did you decide to implement those two that are very much different from, you know, a music festival? You know, when we talk about music festivals, we're expecting artists to come sing, but now you're talking about poetry and comedy. Will this be held in gospel also?
Yeah, absolutely.
Comedy, gospel comedy. Okay,
yes.
That's
it's
a first.
That we don't promote that much in the church because I believe there is a connotation to it, but we want to break that. Our thing is we're not denominational based, we are non-denominational, and our aim is actually to expose art in the gospel space. So comedy and poetry is part of the art, so we just want to bring that into the gospel space and tell people, listen, gospel is not as boring as you think it could be.
All right, cross-pollination between gospel as well as, you know, music.
That's right.
We hope the public will definitely be open to that one.
We believe so.
Okay.
That's one thing that makes it different this year as well. So.
All right, now we spoke about the Namibian acts, but who are some of the international artists the public can look forward to?
We're having guests from South Africa. Spoono is coming from Joyous Celebration. We've got Colin Maluleke from Spirit of Praise. Those are all big musical groups in South Africa. And then we've got Dimi. Dimi caters for the colored community. So if you're somebody that loves koor dance, then you better come through. The aim is not to sweat, but just bring your towels with, just in case. You never know what happens.
You know, when it comes to praising and worshiping, you know, something just happens to you and you go all out for yourself.
That's right.
All right. Now, what can the public look forward to? I mean, we did, you know, give away a few things, but what can the public actually look forward to?
Just a night of praise and worship, where you just forget about your surrounding and you focus on the ultimate goal, which is Christ.
All right. Okay. Can you sing and dance?
Yeah, I can.
So can the public also look forward to you singing and dancing?
In fact, I'll be doing a song.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll be bringing out the Xhosa in me and the Kwangali in me as well. So it's a combination of two.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but I don't want to give away a lot. They must come and see.
I love
what's going to
how
happen.
broad you actually, went with this whole gospel. I'm sure you're talking about comedy. Now we're talking about different languages. You're
Right.
also accommodating, the colored people. So this is basically a show that's welcomed for each and everybody, yes?
Absolutely, yeah. We do not look at from what cultural background you are, because we've got the Damara Herero, Namatswana is going to perform, so it's a whole combination. It's Namibian.
All right. Now, my
Namibian,
director
yeah.
is so keen on hearing you sing because you did mention that you can sing. So perhaps you can give us a note.
I didn't do my vocal warm-up, so I don't want to embarrass myself.
Okay. All right. Now, do you plan on taking this event elsewhere? I mean, it is happening in Fintuk, and most probably our viewers in the north or maybe in other places which, when they're not in Fintuk, perhaps, want this event in their towns. Do you guys plan on taking this there in the future?
What we've decided is 1 year Windhoek, 1 year outside. So our second event was in Wolfish Bay, and
Okay.
the turn-up was really good.
Amazing.
That's why I rated that 8 out of 10.
Okay.
Our next one would be in Ongwediva or Shakati, one of the two towns.
Okay.
But we're still deciding which town. So whichever town says come to us, we'll be there. So if you are watching, please do invite us. Yeah, we are definitely coming to your town. Wherever you are, we want to be there with you.
All right. Now, Alphonse, we have so much time with you this evening, but of the artists that are on your lineup,
Right.
whose music video would you want to see on our show this evening?
Pride.
Pride.
Pride. If you
Why
have anything
Pride?
of Pride, because Pride is a Namibian artist, and the type of songs he writes, the lyrics are just too deep. And I think he's been with us from the beginning, and he's doing it for the third time. So all his songs he writes for the concert is actually geared towards our theme.
All
so
right.
healing and restoration, revival. He just released one which is revival. So
Okay.
I would say Pride.
Now, talking about the artists that are on the lineup, why did you choose these specific artists? I mean, we have so many gospel artists in Namibia, but why these specific ones?
We have studied them over the year. We've seen who really plows a lot.
I mean, you
into
had
their
7 months of preparation.
Yes, and it was for us time to just canvas and see who really contributes to the Namibian art space. And we should say these guys have really shown themselves to be worth it. Yeah.
All right. Now, you did mention that, it's family time and people can come with their families. But let's talk about safety and security. How do you want to ensure that to the people? What are some of the safety,
measures in place.
that you've put in place? Yes.
We do have the city of Windhoek. They confirmed that they will send out personnel. But from our side, we've also prepared 12 security officers that will be on ground from the Friday that we're doing the setup until Sunday. So in terms of security, we really made sure that we have them locked in.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, I did mention this in the intro that the event is set to take place on the 12th of November, but I just want you to tell it to our viewers again, for those that are only joining us right now, the time it will be happening, where it will be happening, and all the nitty-gritty details.
Yeah, it's happening on the 12th of November at the Zoo Park Amphitheatre. We're opening the gates at 4:30, and then we'll be having curtain openers and people that are just there to do their thing and get off the stage. But 6 o'clock sharp, we kick off with the main event. So for those that are still upcoming, we'll then cater them between 4 o'clock until 5:30, somewhere there.
All right. And the tickets are going for how much?
Tickets are selling for 150 Namibian dollars. That's for the general. But advance until tomorrow, 12 o'clock. After 12, we close off. And then at the gate, it will then be $250 that you have to pay. So you better save on 100 than spending an extra 100 on the gate.
All right, Alphonse, thank you so much for joining us this evening, and we wish you all the best with the event.
Thank you for having me.
All right, that was Alphonse November, who is the founder of the One Worship Movement, talking to us about the Namibian Gospel Music Festival that is set to happen. And that also wraps up today's edition of the Daily Roundup. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. But before we leave you, I did ask Alphonse to basically just request that song that he wants to see on the Daily Roundup today, and that is Pride with Awesome God. But for myself and the Poa, we'll be back again next week. Don't go anywhere. Do enjoy.